Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Maryellen. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, and I'm very excited to share with you guys tonight our health and immunity seminar. Because especially right now, it's so exciting to see so many people who want to empower themselves with good health. And for those of you who don't know me, I was introduced to Neolife 27 years ago, and I got started because of my family's health. And as you can see, that's a picture of my family there. And my younger son, who was 9 at the time, had a lot of respiratory issues. And every time I took him to the doctor, it was another inhaler. And I was pretty frustrated. And, as a concerned mom, we're trying to eat well, exercise. I was looking at different supplements that weren't working. And one day we had a dinner at a coworker of my husband's. And I couldn't believe how great she looked. She was always tired and sick and run down, and she was just vibrant health. And when I asked her what she was doing, she said, "Oh, I'm taking these Neolife supplements." And I was a bit skeptical because I'd tried products, and she said, "Well, it's the only thing I'm doing different." And I said, "Well, what makes this product different than everything else?" She says, "Well, it's been around since 1958 and it's made from whole foods and I'm feeling great." So I said I wanted some more information. So I got my family started. And just to clarify, these products don't treat, diagnose, or cure any disease, but it's amazing what the body can do when it has the right foundation. And within about 6 months, my son's health completely turned around. And in fact, today he's a firefighter. And my older son, it actually helped him focus better in school. And myself, I got rid of the migraine headaches I'd suffered from my whole life. So I got really, really excited. The fact of not only something that worked, but I love the Neo-Life lifestyle too. And we're going to talk a lot tonight about what everything that we can do in our lives to help us have stronger health and immunity. And as you know, diet, you are what you eat, but the reality is 75% of all chronic diseases are preventable. And this was a quote from the US Surgeon General. And how do we stay healthy? Well, there's actually 3 keys to optimal health. Of course, the foundation is diet, and we're going to talk a lot about that tonight, weight management, and of course, physical activity. We have to move our bodies to be healthy. And I was so happy in 2019 when they upgraded the Canadian Food Guide. And as you can see, this is how we should eat. Half of our plate should be all those dark colored fruits and vegetables. In fact, we're supposed to eat 8 to 13 servings of these dark colored fruits and vegetables, which can be a bit of a challenge, but we'll give you some tips tonight. You want to eat good quality protein food, and you want to have whole grain foods, and you want to make water your drink of choice. And water is so important in the body, especially good quality filtered water. It helps carry nutrients, helps you eliminate waste. You can't absorb nutrients without water. Your brain needs it, your joints need it, your muscles need it. So it's very, very important to drink a lot of good quality water. But the issue is, it's what we aren't eating that's killing us. And Nada, would you like to share about the global study and how what we're missing in our diets?
Absolutely, Maryellen. When I saw this information over 30 years ago, um, it kind of blew my mind. I didn't know this was going on. And now they're even saying that it's still going on, and this is causing so many health challenges today. And, some of you know my story. Like, I was working as a police officer in Toronto over 30 years ago. I was tired and stressed and run down, and, I was eating healthy, I was exercising, but I didn't understand what they were doing to our food. And milling of these grains was one of the biggest reasons why I had all these hormonal issues and PMS, and it was really, really powerful. So, this Lancet study, even now, they're saying it was done over 190 countries. We're not getting enough whole grains, fruit, nuts, seeds, low omega-3 and low vegetables. And they're telling us this now. And again, this is something that I was learning over 30 years ago. So these are the greatest deficiencies in our diet, and our whole grains today are no longer whole. They mill our foods, they remove these essential lipids and phytosterols from all our grains, so our foods have a longer shelf life. When they mill these oils, a lot of these critical nutrients are gone, and we're left with this processed flour. And, why do you think, when you buy a loaf of bread, how long does that loaf of bread last? Like, you're looking at a week to 2 weeks, and your pastas last forever, your cereals last years. And it's because they remove all these critical nutrients, and those lipids and sterols, they oxidize within 24 hours, and they're no longer in our food. And this is why we're so tired. And a very powerful statement made by Dr. Segal said that it's perhaps the most important health problem in America. these grain oils are no longer available in our food. It's kind of scary because we're now third generation, and that's where supplementation, plays a really big role. And when I started supplementing with some of these key nutrients that were missing in my diet, what a difference. But my mom was taking supplements and they didn't help at all. And there's so much research out there saying that we do need to supplement, right? But who do you trust? And Maryellen, I know that's a huge challenge, being a holistic nutritionist, what's out there. And, I didn't know what was out there because I watched my mom take supplements with no results, and she got on Neolife and they made a huge difference. And that's what drew me to the company. So can you maybe just share with us some of the challenges that we have with, who do we trust?
Yeah, that's so true, Nada, because there's so many products out there on the market. And I mean, they all look great, but when you can see this study that was done here, researchers found that from 2007 to 2016, there were 776 products marketed as dietary supplements that contained hidden active ingredients that were unsafe or unstudied. And people think just because a product is in a store, it's safe, but it's not. You actually have to make sure that the company follows the criteria. And when I looked at Neolife, I really realized it was absolutely a name you could trust. It's been around since 1958. It's in over 50 countries around the world. They have a pharmaceutical license to go that extra standard. So every product is tested, and they have an amazing research team behind the products. And Neolife was the first to champion whole food supplementation. And that's very different because food is our medicine. There's intrinsic factors in foods that work. And also the first to focus on cellular health, because we're only as healthy as our cells, healthy tissue, healthy organ, healthy body. And when people say to me, well, what do I look for in a supplement? I say the first thing you want to do is find out what is this supplement made from? Because just because it's natural, it can be anything from the ground. It can be petroleum, pine bark, fungus, coal tar, and even a lot of the vitamin D, which is a really popular product right now, is from sheep wool, right? But Neolife actually uses whole foods, the whole grains, the fruits and vegetables, the wild salmon, all the things that Nada was talking about in that study that they were saying that we're not getting enough of. So it's definitely a fill the gap product, and every ingredient is GMO free. They use only the purest extractions and concentrates. When the raw materials come in, every raw material is tested to make sure that it's pure, there's no toxins. It's better, even better than organic, because there's absolutely no pesticides in the product and all the nutrients are there. Then they make the product, it's tested again, and then it comes to Canada, goes into quarantine and tested again before it's released to us as a consumer. So you can be 100% sure that's what's on the label is in the bottle and nothing else. But they do one step further. They actually test to make sure what's in the bottle gets into the body, and that's called bioavailability testing. And the reason we have this high quality control is because of our scientific advisory board that was founded by Dr. First. He was actually one of the top toxicologists in the world, and that's why our products are so pure. And he's the co-founder of oral chemotherapy. And when he was doing his research in cancer, he found certain nutrients in food to prevent disease. And he set up our prestigious board of world-renowned scientists and researchers, not just good-looking doctors who endorse the product. They're involved in the research and the development and the production of the products. And they're also very well known worldwide. They do a lot of work with the USDA, Center of Disease Control, and the products are independently tested and published in peer-reviewed journals. So you can be 100% sure that there's good evidence-based science behind these products, which is very, very unique in the industry. So Nada, would you like to share how we can fill that gap in our diet with our Pro Vitality?
Maryellen, when I looked at this, especially that study, these are the nutrients that, they say we're not getting enough of. It's missing in our food. It's the grains, the fish, fruits and vegetables. And so this Pro Vitality is a great foundation that Neolife put together that has these 4 different products to fill those nutritional gaps in our diet. I just love this because I call it the Cadillac of multis. It's not just taking a multivitamin. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, or we're going to talk a little bit about these individual products. And again, Tran is one of my absolute favorites because we didn't have this pack when I started using the products 30 years ago. I did start with the tray and a couple of other things individually. And this is what really helped me with my energy, mental clarity, dealing with stress better. It has essential lipids and phytosterols from whole grain, less gluten than a bowl of gluten-free cereal. And it was developed from a hospital research study, and it promotes energy and cellular efficiency. So it just helps your cells work better because you're only as healthy as your cells. When you look at the cell on the left, you see the nutrients are trying to get in and the waste is trying to get out. That's because that membrane is not permeable because those grain oils are not there. As soon as you add TRANN to your diet, the cell membrane gets soft and permeable. Nutrients can get in, waste can get out, and you feel just like that, energetic, and you just feel fantastic. So this was a big eye opener for me. And Texas A&M University, they did a study and they proved that TRANN will help your cells absorb 50% more of the nutrients from your diet. Powerful, powerful study. Then there's our fruits and veggies. And now, Maryellen, this is a challenge for many people today. I think the Canadian Food Guide says we should be eating up to 13 servings of dark colored fruits and vegetables every single day. Well, carotenoids are what make those fruits and vegetables that dark colors, and they protect you from aging. The USDA and the Center for Disease Control, they proved that this will help boost your immune system 37% in just 20 days, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and presented at the New York Academy of Sciences. So one of these capsules that's in this pack that you're taking every day, 1 pack a day, after 1 month, it's equivalent to consuming 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables. I don't know. I don't know anybody that could do that in a month, but it's a lot of fruits and vegetables. So again, just great way to fill the gap. It protects you from oxidizing. And I like to say protects you from rusting from the inside out. So definitely helps to slow aging. And that's what I think we all want today. And protects your immune system as well. Now, Maryellen, this is, I know, one of your favorites are the omega-3. This really impacted my life with my joint pain. This is what really helped my mom. She had a lot of arthritis in her fingers and her toes. And when I introduced her to the omega-3 with another product called Full Motion, no more joint pain. Fingers are straight, toes are straight. And Maryellen, if you maybe want to share your omega-3 journey, because I know it's very powerful as well to share with everybody.
Yeah, that's so true, Nada, because when I first met you, I didn't even tell you that I suffered from such bad migraines because my dad had them, my brother had them. But then when I started hearing the stories about how people were taking the salmon oil and it was helping, so I thought, well, I added it to my basic program. I added more salmon oil and my headaches started getting further and further apart. And it did take almost a year, but eventually I got rid of the headaches, and I have not had a migraine headache for like 26 years. So it's really made an incredible difference. And omega-3s are good for so many functions in the body. They're good for like the heart, cardiovascular, inflammation, the brain and central nervous system, especially for our children with the anger and, like the issues that they're having, behavior, health and learning, immune health, eye health and vision, flexible joints, and of course, cognitive health and aging. Because we want to protect the brain. We want to be there when we get there. And there's so much research now showing what inflammation, it's the driver of all disease, right? Pulmonary, lung disease, cancer, cardiovascular, Alzheimer, neurological, arthritis, autoimmune, and even diabetes is linked to inflammation. And you know what causes inflammation in the body? Well, even things like stress. It turns that so many people have their inflammation switch turned on and it never turns off, right? So it's so important. And of course, injury, head injury is a big thing as well. There's all sorts of different things that cause inflammation. So when you look at, I was actually talking to someone today and they said, well, why is your salmon oil different than everything else? Well, when you eat a piece of fish, it has 8 omega-3s. And this is what the Neolife salmon oil has. Most of the salmon oils on the market have 2, sometimes 3 different omega-3s, EPA and DHA, but they don't have all 8. And all 8 work together because you get the whole benefit of all the 8 different omega-3s. And it's from pure Atlantic cold fish. And it actually is tested for over 200 different contaminants with an allowability of 0. So there's absolutely no toxins. I see a lot of products say, well, it's to allowable limits. Within the limits, Neolife's has 0. That's a big difference. And also a lot of companies only test maybe 5 contaminants, where 200, you know that you're making sure it is absolutely pure. But the most important thing is it was proven in clinical trials to reduce inflammation by 68% in just 8 weeks. And this was done on a human trial and published in the American College of Nutrition. And that's why it worked for me, and that's why it helped Nada with your joints. And there's just so many benefits. And when you can see what inflammation does to your cells, it destroys your cells. Where if you got high omega-3, it protects your cells, because inflammation is the #1 enemy of our cells. But omega-3 proved when the studies also to reduce triglycerides by 17% and improve the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio by 43%. Because most people have too much omega-6 in their diet from all the vegetable oils, and again, lower the inflammation by 68%. What's so nice, though, this product was actually endorsed by the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. They featured them in their magazine because of the fact that they're all 8 parts and it was so pure. And it's so safe for pregnant women. And I know, especially with my daughter-in-laws, when they took this product along with the other Neolife products, every time they went for their ultrasound, they commented how well developed the heart, the lungs were of the baby. And you need fish oil when you're pregnant, but it's so dangerous to eat fish because you don't know if there's mercury in that fish, and it's a neurotoxin for the baby. So this is a very safe way to make sure that you fill that gap. And then the last product is the Essential Vitamin and Mineral Complex. And this bridges a dietary gap and also it's phytoenzymes. And most of the time when you get a multivitamin, all you get is vitamins and minerals. You don't get all the grain oils and the omega-3s and the carotenoids. So the Neolife pack is really a Cadillac of multis. So if you think about it, if you take this pack for 30 days, at the end of that 30 days, you've eaten the equivalent of 12 pounds of whole grains, 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables, and 10 servings of omega-3 rich fish in every box. So that is a lot of food you would have to buy to get that. So it's a very economical way to help fill the gap. And of course, we want you to eat all these things as well, but this just helps. And what are some of the benefits that people have? Well, abundant energy, natural genetic anti-aging, flexible joints, youthful skin, hair, and nails. I know everyone I talk to say they can't believe how much nicer their nails are, their hair grows faster, heart health, immunity, brain function, vision. That's a lot of people are having eye issues, especially the carotenoids and the salmon oil, very, very important for the eyes, antioxidants, and lifelong cellular health. And maybe this would be a good time to have Veronica share her story. Can you unmute and
You mean Valentina?
oh,
Sorry.
Valentina, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Valentina, are you
Hi.
there?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so for me, I started taking the Pro Vitality Pack about 2-3 months ago. And it's made a huge impact in my life. I was in university, I was very tired all the time. I would like sleep 8 hours a night and still wake up super tired. It was hard to get through the day. Every time that I had a chance to like take a nap, I would take a nap. After lunch, I would take about like an hour naps almost every day. And since I started, I haven't felt like I need to take naps during the day. I feel pretty energetic during the day. I can go to my work out as well, and do any other personal activities. And it's helped me also to like sleep very well at night, wake up with, I don't struggle waking up. And it's also helped me with my PCOS, which I was in my birth control pill for about 2 years. I stopped on December of 2020. And after that, I didn't get my period for 5 months, but this past few months, I've had it for 2 consecutive months, which is a great impact in my life. So that's my testimony.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Valentina. I haven't heard your story. That's an awesome story. I'm so happy that you're getting such great results.
Mm-hmm.
And especially just touching on our kids, especially with everything children have been going through with online schooling and everything, and hyperactivity. Nutrition is so important for kids. This is one of my big passions. The salmon oil, especially, you pair it with when they're babies, the Liquivite, which has those lipids and phytosterols. A lot of people are doing the gummies, but you got to really watch out for the teeth and stuff like that, where this is a liquid with no sugar in it, and it has the carotenoids, the flavonoids. And then when they get a little older, they can chew the VitaSquares and VitaGuard. And I know my grandkids are all on these products, and not one of them has ever been on antibiotics. So, you know, it really makes a huge difference. And even some of them have been in daycare and school, and everyone thinks, oh, it's normal to get sick all the time. Not saying they don't get a sniffle, but it doesn't go into secondary ear infections and bronchitis and everything that so many kids deal with. So when you pair the Pro Vitality with our Neo Life Shake, this is an amazing way to start an energy-filled day. And Nada, would you like to share how this is a perfect breakfast for the whole family?
Yes, especially for our kids. I absolutely love this product. As you know, I've been drinking this for 30 years. My kids have been drinking it since they were little with the sippy cup, and now they're 21 and 23. And it's really music to my ears when I hear my kids go in the kitchen and either the blender is going or I can hear the shaker cup shake, and they're starting to make their own shakes on their own. So such an amazing product. And again, it's a great breakfast for the whole family. And it just helps with so many things. It tastes great. It is a complete meal replacement, has all 22 amino acids. And this is one of the biggest differences with compared to a lot of proteins on the market. You know, it's not just for building muscle and repair, tissue repair. It does so many things in the body. It also helps with aiding in digestion, okay, digestive enzymes, helps with antibodies, so fighting infection and disease, so powerful for your immune system, hormones, collagen in our skin. It's a natural way, because if you have all 22 amino acids, your body makes collagen, and that's the importance of all 22 amino acids. And also helps to regulate and control blood sugar. So those, you don't get those highs and lows. You don't, you know, we've had great results with even diabetics that were able to come off insulin, off medication, and we don't do that. You know, doctors, you know, will say, hey, you're doing great. Let's see what happens when you go off the medication, and it just works amazing. Such an amazing product. It's all natural. Again, all 22 amino acids, 18 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber. And again, that controlled glycemic response. So that gets you in that fat burning zone, 25 vitamins and minerals, and whole food antioxidants. So it is a complete meal replacement, especially for those picky eaters. No artificial anything, no high fructose corn syrup, no preservatives, no gluten, no cholesterol, no saturated fats, no hydrogenated fats. It's 90% lactose free. And again, no GMO ingredients. And it tastes absolutely amazing. The creamy berry, there's vanilla and an incredible chocolate. It really does taste like chocolate milk for those chocolate lovers. So, and it really a great healthy way to start your morning. And again, very easy. Just mix this with water. And some people make it fancy in a blender with all kinds of stuff, or you can just shake it in that shaker cup and away you go. So it's just a great way to start your morning.
And it's safe enough, right? That's my grandkids, right from the time they could drink out of a sippy cup, they could have it too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And so important.
You want to share Jack's story, Nada?
Yeah, you know what, I will. And you know, when Jack had his injury, some of you know, just when COVID hit, my oldest boy, he's 6'6", he was 260 pounds. He fell down a flight of stairs and he cracked his skull, and they airlifted him to Hamilton, and we weren't allowed to see him. They had to heavily sedate him, and he had severe brain injury. And I remember the surgeon telling me that he would have about a 4 to 6 month window recovery. And I was, as a mom and with my husband and I together here at home, you know, with COVID and not being able to go anywhere, we didn't know what we were going to do. We just prayed. And I contacted the hospital. I tried to talk to the surgeon. And what was really nice is they told me, the surgeon said, don't worry, we have Jack on an omega-3 and a high grade quality protein. I was so grateful, but that was like music to my ears. And then I asked them if I can put them on the Neolife salmon oil and our protein shake. They approved all the products. So I dropped them off at the hospital. I still couldn't see him. The nurses administered the products like drugs. I contacted our scientific advisory board and spoke to John Miller. And the first thing John Miller said to me, he said, Nada, has Jack been on the products his whole life? I said, yes. He said, if Jack has been on salmon oil and protein and carotenoids his whole life, his immune system's strong, His inflammatory index is low. His inflammation is low, being on the salmon oil. Mark my word, whatever they tell you, he will be home a third of the time faster. And that was the hope I carried in my heart. And he was home in 6 weeks with 100% recovery, with no rehab. That's the power of nutrition. So when you're feeding your kids and you're looking at what they're putting into their bodies, you know, you just never know what's going to happen, what they're going to come across, whether it be, you know, viruses, colds, flus, you know, injury. You recover so much faster when the nutrition is balanced. So that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this information with families and kids and parents. You got to make sure you cut out the sugar, you know, you give them good quality proteins, look at what you're feeding your kids, because you never know what they're going to come into and when they're going to need to heal and recover faster. So I've seen it in sporting events, but boy, let me tell you, that was something that was a real eye opener for me. And then there's the weight loss piece, weight management. As we get older, you know, it's our hormones start to change and our metabolism changes and we start storing a little more fat. So I have to say that the Neo Life Shake has really helped me to manage my weight. It's a great way to burn fat. It's very easy to do because you replace a couple of meals or even just replacing your breakfast. We've had great successful people losing weight, okay, because it does get your blood sugar in that fat burning zone. There's also a great 3-day detox that you can do if you're looking for a quick 3 to 5 pound weight loss for women, and sometimes men can lose up to 8 to 10 pounds in the 3 days, but it's a great, safe, effective way to give your body a kickstart before you go into the weight loss program. It's an awesome detox. I do this detox about every 3 or 4 months. So you feel really great and light after you do this detox. So this is what the weight loss looks like. If you're doing a full program and have a lot of weight to lose, you can do a breakfast shake, a snack, which we call a mini meal, a lunch shake, a snack again, and a healthy dinner. So you're eating about every 3 hours. So you're not starving yourself. You feel great. You have energy. And it's very simple to do. And again, if you don't want to do the shake at lunch, you can just do the breakfast pack, do the 1 shake a day. Just make sure that lunch is a healthy lunch, high in protein and a lot of vegetables. And what the shake does, it has been proven to keep your blood sugar in that glycemic control zone. So great for weight loss and for diabetics. Prevents fat storage, promotes fat burning. And again, it just keeps your body energetic. You feel great. And it was clinically proven, again, to weight loss, for reducing body fat, lowering your BMI, which is the body mass index, helps with your cardiovascular system, reduces the bad cholesterol, improves good cholesterol. So just overall great for your heart and great for weight management. And then we've been also published in the American College of Nutrition. Okay, so very, very powerful. So third-party studies, this is something that's very important. I know, Maryellen, this is what drew you to the companies, having these third-party studies. Oh, and there's Gabby. Do you want to share her story, Maryellen?
Yeah, Gabby's sister is a personal trainer, and Gabby was living out west. And as you can see, she was a mom with, I think, a 4-month-old and an 8 and a 10-year-old. And her husband was 40 years old and had uncontrolled diabetes and actually passed away in his sleep. So Ada flew out there, and I said to her, I said, you know what, you got to get Gabby. She needs the support to help her with the grief and everything. So she got her on Pro Vitality and Aloe. And then Gabby decided she wanted to take charge of her health. And she lost 34 pounds, right, from August 2016 to November 2016. And she actually was our yearly challenge champion. The nice thing is, this is Gabby today. She's kept it off. So this is a lifestyle change, because you learn how to do the mini meals with the protein carb combos, and feed your body and keep your blood sugar in the zone. And of course, exercise is important as well. And this is Gabby's mom. She came out from out west too. She's lost 20 pounds in 5 months with the breakfast pack. And working with her doctor, the shakes and supplements also helped her get off meds for diabetes, cholesterol, and reflux, and helped her pain from arthritis. I know Ada says she dances all night, so she's got amazing quality of life. And this is one of her biggest losers. This is Carlos. He lost 251 pounds. And when I met him, I said, you know, Carlos, everyone's so afraid to lose this much weight because your skin gets so saggy. He says, I did not have any surgery. He said, I lost the fat, but I did not lose my muscle. And now he's healthy. And again, he's got much better quality of life. And he said, you know, my daughter was so concerned that I wouldn't make it to her wedding because I was in such bad shape and on so much medication. And he's totally turned his life around for sure. So the foundation, the core products are the Pro Vitality and the shake, but Neolife has all sorts of different support products. Because I know, Natalie, one of your favorites is the full motion, right, for the joints?
Yeah, that was one thing that my mom and I added, and that with the salmon oil together, that's what really helped with the joints rebuilding and regenerating the cartilage. And yeah, it just made a huge difference. One of my favorites. And I know many people even get really great results with digestion. And Maryellen, I shared one of your stories. I had a mom reach out to me. Her little baby was just a few months old, and the baby threw up every day, would not keep anything down, severe acid reflux. They wanted to put a newborn baby on an acid suppressing drug. And she reached out to me, and all we did was put this little guy on an ounce of aloe, and she spreads it out throughout the day in a syringe. And it was like 3 or 4 days later, she texted me back and she said, he's all fine, just a little bit of spitting up like a normal baby. So amazing products for digestion. So even for little guys, I just wanted to share that because I know that I learned that from one of your
Yeah, I've had so many moms whose babies have that reflux, and this mom actually, the baby was on 2 stomach acid drugs, and we were able to get the baby off all just with the aloe. So I know it's powerful, and it's such a healer. I have a client who, she was getting these like sort of breakouts on her face. She had to get cortisone injections in her face, and she started taking the aloe. She says she hasn't seen her dermatologist for 2 years now. She just drinks aloe. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know we were going to have Leonie share quickly.
Okay, for
also
sure.
has fatigue with her fatigue and headaches. Leonie, do you want to share quickly? I know you had issues with the internet, but I think we're okay. I know there's a storm going through. Can you share with me?
Yeah, I have a couple of stories here actually. Yeah, 14 years ago, I met Nada, and I was going through chronic fatigue. I was sleeping all the time, on my couch every afternoon from 2 to 2:30, very specific time, and I didn't have any energy, and I thought it was, I was just getting old. But actually, when I started on the grain oils, and it was Pro Vitality, and it was the grain oils, the TRNN, I noticed a difference in a week for me. And I know it depends on, each individual, but within a week, I had a lot of energy. My headaches were gone. I used to have headaches every single day. And I used to take like a bottle of, I guess you would call it Tylenol, Panadol, 1 bottle a week. And that was really, had wreaked havoc on my gut. But I haven't had a headache in a long, I haven't had any headaches, so they're gone. The other one I wanted to share was the shake, and that was for Sean, my son. When he was 10, he had focusing issues, and at school they said he couldn't focus and he's always fidgeting. And Nada, put him on the kids' vitamins, but also on the shake, the protein shake. And after 3 months, they said that, the report from school said, comes to school ready, alert, ready to learn. And he was into sports, and he was into soccer. And you can see the performance in terms of taking your shake before and not taking your shake, because it does affect your performance and your strength and on the field. So those are my stories, and thank you for asking.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leonie.
You're welcome.
And one product that's super important right now, and you're hearing a lot of it on the news, is vitamin D, because in North America, we are very, very low in vitamin D. And that's why so many people have osteoporosis, anxiety, immune system issues. And as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the vitamin Ds are sourced from lanolin, which is sheep wool. Neolife is all food-based. So it's absorbed better, it works better, and it's got mushrooms and lichen, and it's a fabulous product too. So if you're looking for a vitamin D, it's very, very small, so it's easy for kids to swallow as well. So it makes a big, huge difference for sure. So Nada, would you like to share how people can join our wellness club tonight?
Yeah, I'm really excited to share this piece because so many of our, listeners are probably wondering, how do I get a hold of these amazing products? And we have an incredible wellness club, and you can join for free. As soon as you join, you automatically get 15% off. And the Vitality Pack that we're talking about, or that breakfast pack with the shakes, it's a month supply. So when you set that up on auto delivery, you get wholesale price, which is 25 to 30% off. You also get all your shipping back when you stay on auto ship. So to get, that's another thing we get from customers. Can we get our shipping back? Absolutely. You can earn free shipping. So it's just a great loyalty program the company put together, and also a referral program. Once you start feeling good and sharing with your family and your friends, you can get your stuff for free every single month. So the vitality pack, the breakfast pack, or that weight loss pack. So, and we help you do that. So it's such a great way to earn your products for free, just by sharing with others, especially once you start to notice a difference on the products. And we also have fitness challenges and weight loss challenges as well that you can join in on as well. The support is fantastic. So these are the different health packs. So you've got your vitality pack. Your breakfast pack is definitely the kind of like the best seller. And then the weight loss pack is you're getting 4 bags of protein because you're doing 2 protein shakes a day. But the breakfast pack, you're getting 2 bags of protein for a month's supply. There's also a really great community called Neolife Healthy Living Community North America. It's a Facebook group where people share their stories. You can see before and after pictures, video testimonials, written testimonials. So if you're curious and like to research a little bit more, then I would really encourage you. We'd have to invite you to this group, and then you can check out some of the stories that people share, especially incredible health transformations. And then there's one more option. You know, this is something that I didn't see right away. I got excited about sharing and helping others and helping my family and my friends, but I really didn't understand the business piece. But if you or someone you know really enjoys helping others and wanting to make an impact, this is an incredible business for this, because this is the part that I really enjoyed, is having an impact in people's lives. And where can you start a business for less than $100? You know, I have so many people today that could use an extra $500 a month or $1,000 a month, or it can eventually lead to a career like myself, where I knew I didn't want to be a police officer for the rest of my life. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to start a family. I wanted time freedom. So this is something that we can help you as well. And, you know, I have to say that because the products work and people come back month after month, I have people from 30 years ago that have never stopped using the products because they've impacted their lives. So it forms an incredible business because the products work. And we have Joan Poon that's going to be sharing with us this evening her story and her journey, who has been impacting people's lives and now building an incredible team. So Joan, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Nada. Yeah, when I was introduced to Neolife 26 years ago, I was working as a registered nurse downtown Toronto. I wasn't looking for a business at the time. I had just finished treatments for breast cancer, and I was looking for something to boost my energy level and my immune system. And that's when I met Maryellen, who shared Neolife with me. I was immediately drawn to the science behind the products and the fact that it was made from food. And as a registered nurse, our practice had to be evidence-based, so this really resonated with me. I used to go to bed tired, wake up tired. And after taking the products, I felt a huge difference in my energy level. I thought it was because I was working as 12-hour shifts as a nurse, and the fact that I was getting older. I was 40 at the time. So I realized it was just what was missing from my diet. In addition to the energy, my immune system got stronger. I got rid of the allergies that I had every spring and fall. And because of this, I started sharing my story with everyone I met. And before you know it, it just evolved into a small business, checks, sharing this. My business grew to the point where I was able to take early retirement from nursing 11 years ago. My Neolife income continues to supplement my retirement pension. And what it has given me, Neolife has given me a purpose and a platform to continue helping people with their health, as well as financially. And also, I like the fact that we educate them first and then provide solutions. I'd like to say I transitioned from the sickness industry to the wellness industry. And being part of a great community, that's what I enjoy, especially now. It really helped during COVID when we were all in lockdown, to have this wonderful community to come to every Tuesday and Thursday, and just seeing my friends. And another thing I'm grateful for is the fact that I can leave my business to my grandkids and my kids. And that's such a great legacy to leave behind. Which other job can you leave? I couldn't leave my nursing career to my kids, right? So this is wonderful that I can do that. So I'm happy to say that I'm a 29-year breast cancer thriver, and I'm helping people to be more proactive with their health and possibly reduce their risk of disease. Thank you for allowing me to share my story, Nada.
Thank you so much, Joan. I know Maryellen is so, so grateful that she met you at that jewelry party how many years ago. And you are truly making an impact in people's lives. And a perfect example is Valentina's story tonight, right? Because that's someone in your team that you've impacted their health, right? So lovely. Thank you so much. So we are the Ideal Business. There's another Facebook group. If you're curious to learn more about the business, this is where people share their business stories and their business testimonials. If you'd like to learn more, this is just a great place to kind of check it out. So I want to thank you for joining us. If you just want to use the products and get a discount and get them for free, we can help you do that. If you're curious about the business, check out the Ideal Business. Or if you just like to kind of do more research like I did, look at the products before you make a decision, that's okay too. But we're here to help you, answer any questions that you may have. And I know we're going to stop the recording and offer up any questions. So thank you again for joining us tonight. And thank you so much, Maryellen, and everyone for sharing the incredible stories.